Hey everyone, Erin here. Welcome back to the Impatient DIYer. Today I have two more Valentine's DIYs coming your way. These are made with stuff that is mostly from the Dollar Tree, so super budget friendly, and I hope you guys enjoy.
So our first DIY that we're going to be working on is this home sign. Now you're going to get this home sign from the Dollar Tree, and it's just a wood sign with some twine, with a twine hanger on it. And then we're going to use the folk art baby pink again, like I have from my previous projects. Just going to need something to put your paint in, and I am using a foam paintbrush that has seen better days. So you're going to take that baby pink, and I am just going to cover this entire thing in the baby pink folk art paint. I really only needed one coat of this paint, and I don't know if it's because it's old or I lucked out with the temperature in the room, because I feel like normally acrylic paint, you need a couple of coats for things. This covered extremely well. And if I ended up doing any more coats on things, it was just because I didn't feel like putting the paint back in the bottle this time. So this was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be, just because I had to only do one coat. When I painted the outside of this, I originally started with my foam brush, and then I got super frustrated with the fact that that was not doing what I wanted it to. And here you can see I switched to this smaller paintbrush, and I just started kind of with the M in the center of it just to get like the little detail work. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back to my foam brush. But then I realized how much I really, really disliked working with the foam brush and ended up painting the entire thing with this paintbrush. So for the little detail on this project, I'm going to be taking a page from a book that I had ripped the pages out for another project on. I read all of these books before I take the pages out of them. They are well loved. They have had a good home before they are destroyed, I promise. I'm just tracing out the heart because that's where this book page is going to go on, and I traced it on the wrong side. I was like, this is the words that I want on the heart, like this is going to be awesome. And then I realized that I traced it on that side, so you're going to be able to see the lines. So not my brightest moment, but in the end, the only line that you're going to be able to see is the one that connects the heart to the E in the home sign, which I'm pretty sure I could have cut off before I Mod Podged it, but I just wasn't thinking, apparently. And here you can see I was super worried about that one line at the top, but it ends up like not even showing, so it's not something I even needed to worry about. To stick this onto the home sign, I'm actually going to be using my matte Mod Podge from the Dollar Tree, and I feel like every time I go to the Dollar Tree I just pick one of these up because I use it on a lot of different things that I didn't ever think I would. So I'm putting Mod Podge on both the heart itself, and then I'm going to put it on the paper as well, just to try and get a really good, I don't know, adhesion. I don't actually like using Mod Podge. I don't know if there's tips or tricks that I'm missing out on, but I feel like there's got to be something easier. I don't know. But this is what I had, so this is what I did. And after I paintbrush this onto the paper, I put it on. The nice thing about putting the Mod Podge on both of the heart and the paper is that, like, I messed it up, I took it off, and I moved it because I really did not want that line at the top to show. I was kind of freaking out about that. So I was just super careful. And then I used my scraper that I used for my Cricut stuff to kind of press this down. I ended up kind of sort of starting to scrape the words off, so this was not my brightest idea. Then for those not so smooth edges, I'm actually going to be using some sandpaper to just sand those edges off and get a clean line. And the sandpaper that I use is just something that I stole from my dad's garage. I don't know what grit it is, 180, I think that's what that said, but it's kind of a super, super fine grit. And I took it all along the outside of the heart, and you can see there, it just creates this super, super awesome, super smooth line. Don't need to worry about cutting anything or anything like that. So I really, really like doing things this way. There you can see it's just kind of coming right off. So you don't even need like a super coarse grit sandpaper to do this. And you can see it doesn't even take that long to do. So I really like doing things that way. But you can see the sandpaper's like definitely seen better days too, and it still worked. So I did all along the outside, and it did take a little bit of the paint off, but it wasn't enough for me to be bothered to repaint it. So I just kind of left it as is. If someone wants to comment on it, then it's farmhouse and rustic. I don't know. The inside was a little annoying to do, but it really didn't take me that long to do the middle of it. I think I actually like tore a piece off to make a smaller piece of sandpaper to kind of get in there. And this is what that looks like. I think it looks super cute. So I did another layer of Mod Podge over the top of this to seal it, I guess. I don't know. This is what I see everyone else do. So I did a layer on top of it because I guess that's what you're supposed to do. So that's what it looks like so far. I decided I needed something else over that H right there. So I took this twine that I got at Michael's on sale after Christmas. It's got that little bit of sparkle in it, and I really, really, really like using this twine. I'm using it in another project for another video that I'm working on. I think this bow turned out better than that one, but that's okay. I tried. So after I wrap this around my fingers for a simple, like little finger bow a few times, maybe 10, I twisted it in the center, and then I'm going to take the two ends of this and just tie it together to keep the whole thing together. There is probably a better way to keep it all together because I don't know, it messed up a little bit, but this worked for me. And until I find a better way, this is probably how I'm going to do all of my little finger bows. So now we're going to watch me try and decide where I actually want this bow to be after I fluff it out. So I didn't know if I wanted it on that side, or I didn't know which angle I wanted it at, if I wanted it in the center. Then I decided to cut those short to see what that looked like. Then I just decided to cut those off entirely, and I decided liking that the most, and should have just stuck with the original placement of that H because that's where I put it in the end. And I love my little hot glue gun, but it died on me recently. Totally my fault, but I'm still really sad about the fact that my little hot glue gun died. Replaced it with a big pink hot glue gun, so I can't be too upset about it. So I just fluffed this bow out a little bit here at the top, and this is this one complete. Super quick and easy. Love it. Project 2 is another little Valentine's heart, and this is actually the lid of the book page topiary box that I used. So definitely reusing every bit of that, and I love it. So I'm using some white paint, some maroon paint that I've been using, just a tray for the paint, and my sturdy, handy paintbrush. Also going to be using these window clings from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to be using the X and the O, and then you'll see I do use a little heart on there as well. I've seen a ton of window cling things, so I really wanted to try this out. So I'm painting the front of the box with this white paint that I've probably had for about 10 years. So I don't know if it's the best paint to be using, but I'm not going to waste it, honestly. Yeah, I've definitely had this paint since college, and it is a ginormous bottle. I don't know why I thought I needed this much white paint, but now I'm thankful that I have it because things do not take as many coats as they probably did when this was brand new paint. It does have like a bunch of bits in it, so you'll see me like scrape off things there, which is a little annoying, but overall, I'm not going to be mad about paint that probably cost $1 10 years ago. So I ended up doing probably a couple coats, and that was my fiance. Decided to get in on the game. Like I said, did a couple coats of that white paint, and then decided to use the burgundy paint by Art Deco on the sides of it. And I used just a flat tip brush so that I could get all around the edges of this and do like a really, really clean line. In the end, if I messed up, I just painted over things in white. So it didn't really matter all that much, but I still tried my best so that I wouldn't have to do more work than needed. And in between all of these coats, I do use my heat gun to dry things because I don't have the patience to wait for things to dry. I probably never will, and that's just me. The heat gun that I use is one that I stole from my fiance that we got at probably Lowe's or Home Depot. So it's not even like a fancy heat gun. It does have like a low setting and a high setting, so I don't set things on fire, I guess, with my impatience. I don't really know. So I think I did 2 coats of this burgundy paint, like I said, drying with my heat gun in between. Here you can see I'm just cleaning up some things with that white paint as needed. It covered super well. So this is going to go on its side. So after I made things sure that everything was dry, this is how I'm going to be sitting this. So I wanted to kind of get a feel for where these X's and O's are going to be going on here. So I don't know why, but I have a really hard time getting stickers off of, or cling sheets off of the back. I always seem to take the backing off with the cling film or stickers. I don't know what they're called, sorry. I don't know why I do that. So you can see here, they do stick on their own, but I was super nervous about them falling off. So I'm actually going to put some Mod Podge on these as well. And see, struggle. That heart was just a struggle to get off, and I don't know why. But I really like that this heart kind of blends in with that burgundy. It kind of draws it all together. And so I'm just going to take the Mod Podge, put it on the back of the cling, put it right back onto the heart, and then at the end, I'm actually going to do the Mod Podge over everything. Now this one, I'm doing the Mod Podge over the cling because it's a matte Mod Podge, and I wanted to take the shine away from the window clings themselves. So I did actually have a reason to do a top layer of Mod Podge on this one, other than that's what everyone else does. Eventually I'll look into why we're supposed to do that. Super easy, super quick, simple, costs like 50 cents, and I absolutely love it. So this is where I kind of staged these two. This is a shelf that's in my parents' entryway. Living at home to save money right now. And that's my mom's favorite goat Beanie Baby thing that is on the shelf. I just decided it was going to stay there. Here you can see the edge of the topiary that I've done. And I just think these things are super, super cute together.
That is that for these 2 simple DIYs for Valentine's Day. I don't know about you guys, but I am loving the love this season. So I have a few more Valentine DIYs coming your way, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye for now.